Friday live series where I talk about all things nutrition and lifestyle related, but mostly nutrition because I'm a dietitian. So I've been gone last week. It was Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know it definitely looked different this year. We actually took a mini road trip with my family, just the four of us, and had a really nice, relaxing time. Although we definitely missed having our friends and our family around for the holiday, it was still great. So I am back, and today I am talking about goal setting. I know it's a little bit early. Usually we start thinking about these things in January, but I wanted to, really bring this to kind of your attention right now because I think it's really important to start planning for your goals and what you want to achieve in 2021. A lot of times when we set New Year's resolutions, we kind of do it haphazardly and we set these goals like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to lose X amount of weight. And that usually doesn't, most of the time we aren't successful with our New Year's resolutions because we don't actually take the time to sit and plan out how we are going to achieve our goals. So I'm talking about this a little bit early because I want you to start thinking about, the things that you want to achieve next year. 2020 was kind of a rough year for most of us. A lot of our health goals kind of went out the window. Gyms closed. We lost access to a lot of things. I think 2021 will be a much better year, and we can help start to refocus on ourselves and what we want to really accomplish next year. And the advice I'm giving today can be really used for anything. In my newsletter that I sent out on Thursday, and if you don't subscribe to my newsletter, go to my link in my Instagram bio, or you can go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. I talked about the fact that a lot of us in our careers were really good at hitting our goals because we actually, take the time to sit and plan out, what we need to do to get that promotion or to hit that number of sales. But we don't do that for our own health. So maybe this is the year that you actually take some time to think about, what you want to change in your life and how you're going to get there. The how is really the most important part. And that's what I do when I work with clients is I help start, coming up with a roadmap and a plan. Some of them maybe seem really like baby step goals, but each step is very deliberate in how you reach your final goal. So I'm going to break that process down for you today, and hopefully that can at least get you thinking about what you want to achieve next year and how you're going to get there. So for those who haven't watched my Friday live series before, my name's Annie. I am the owner of Annie Rubin Nutrition. I am a dietitian. I focus mostly on inflammatory and autoimmune disorders, but I do help people with, mindful eating and other, health goals, so to speak. So I'm based out of California, the Bay Area, but I do a lot of my work virtually now because I don't have access to an office. So before, I jump into this, I usually attach a medical disclaimer that obviously anything that you do, any information I provide you is for informational purposes only. So please consult your qualified health professional for any changes to your medical treatment or your care. Take this as advice, but obviously if you're going to make a big change, please speak to a professional to make sure that you're doing it in the right sort of way. So that being said, I'm just going to jump in to how you go about setting these goals. So the first step you need to do is actually come up with your goals. Think about what you want to achieve in the next year, and these can be as big of a goal as you want, but you have to have kind of think about the roadmap to get there. These goals have to be somewhat realistic, achievable. Make sure that it's not, I usually try to discourage people from setting a goal either for, losing a specific number of pounds, because again, the number on the scale really doesn't tell you anything about your health. And I also discourage people from, making goals about going into remission. Let's say if they have an autoimmune disease, because that may not be realistic. Probably a better goal, if you're looking to lose weight, would be, some other metric. Like I want to lower my blood pressure. Usually weight loss and getting healthier, a lower blood pressure is a side effect of that. Or I want to lower my A1C, or, I'd like to have my joints feeling better, or I want to reduce the amount of inflammation, or, have less symptoms from my autoimmune disease. Those are a little bit more kind of realistic goals. And you want to make sure that, there's some part of it that you can actually measure to see if you achieve that goal. So that's kind of the first step is, coming up with your one or two major goals that you want to kind of work on this over the next year. The second step is breaking those goals down into 3 or 5 smaller, steps, or I say categories. So with anything in terms of, your health, there's usually a few components that you can work on. So for instance, if your goal is, I want to reduce inflammation. So the things that can help you reduce inflammation, what are the areas in your life that you can look at? So you can look at your diet, cutting out inflammatory foods. You could look at your stress management. Having a lot of stress can lead to inflammation. You can look at your sleep. Maybe you need to start thinking about how much sleep you're getting and the quality of sleep that you have. It could be exercise. Gentle movement's really important for reducing inflammation. And then it could be some sort of like meditative practice too, or, that could be more stress related. But so there's components to that overall arching goal. There's things within that you can, start to focus on. So that is kind of, the next step is coming up with those different areas in your, of your goal that are, components you can focus on in terms of starting to make changes to improve your health. And then, the last thing is what I call is coming up with your SMART goals. And if you haven't heard of SMART goals before, I have a great little diagram for you. It's going to be backwards. But so the S stands for specific. The M stands for measurable. The A stands for attainable. R is relevant, and T is time-based. So these are very specific, small goals that I want you to start setting. And then once you achieve that goal, you set another one. So these are kind of like your baby steps to reaching that kind of component or goal. So let's say, for instance, we're going back to the inflammation. I want to reduce my inflammation. The first thing I want to focus on is my diet. So a SMART goal for your diet would be, okay, so for the next month, I am going to try to eliminate gluten at every single meal for 30 days. So, excuse me. So it's specific. I'm going to, cut out gluten. It's time-based. You have 1 month, 30 days to do it. It's measurable. So like every single meal, you're going to cut out gluten. It's attainable because, I've definitely seen people do that, and you can definitely cut out gluten for 30 days, kind of just doing like a 30-day challenge. And it's relevant. So gluten can be an inflammatory compound that's exacerbating symptoms of autoimmune diseases. So you see kind of how, just that 1 month goal will help you start to get to that overall goal of reducing inflammation. I'll give you another example. Let's say your goal is to reduce blood pressure, or your A1C, your fasting blood glucose, or glucose control, and you want it to focus on exercise. So something that you could say is, okay, for the next month, I am going to commit to a 20-minute walking routine 3 times a week. So it's specific. You're going to walk for 20 minutes 3 times a week. It's measurable. So you have 3 days a week to do it, 20 minutes, time-based. Attainable, I think that's fairly attainable, especially if you're just starting, an exercise routine. 20 minutes is not that long. And it's relevant. So again, exercise can help reduce blood pressure, and it can also improve your blood sugar management. So again, these are very small goals, but you set it for 30 days or even like a week, and you achieve that, and then you set another one. So, you see progress. Like, the point of them is to really set a goal that that you can likely achieve, and then feel good about the fact that you achieved that goal, and then you can move on to the next one and expand it. And as you're kind of there's 12 months in the year, or if you do weekly, you have 52 weeks. If you set a goal every week and just build on that goal, you will eventually get there. Change is really hard, and I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult it is to change your health, to change your routine, to implement something new. So that's why starting off with really small goals with kind of the larger goal in sight, it will help you get there. Not faster, but you'll be a lot more consistent with your your progress and your work towards that. And then the last thing, and this again depends on the goal, but if you can attach a new habit to something that you do kind of without thinking every single day, it's more likely to become part of your routine. So, for example, let's say you want to start an exercise routine, or you just want to start moving your body a little bit more, but you're like, oh, I don't have time to do it. I'm so busy. I have my kids at home now. I'm trying to deal with them. And then I have my job, and I have my career, and I have my own stuff. So think about something that you do every single day without even like thinking about it, right? Brushing your teeth, taking a shower, making coffee in the morning. Maybe it's watching your kids eat breakfast. And then let's say your goal, one thing could be, I want to start an exercise routine. While you're waiting for your shower to heat up, do sit-ups or push-ups. While you're brushing your teeth, you can do squats or calf raises. While you're waiting for your coffee to brew, you could do a quick 3 or 4 minute body weight exercise routine. Again, all these little, times in your day that you're usually probably just standing around doing nothing, you can add something in there to get your body moving. Another great example I heard on a podcast from someone, a woman was trying to reduce her stress, and one way that is a really effective way to reduce stress is coloring. So this woman decided that she was going to, every morning she made a cup of tea, and she sat there while her kids had breakfast. So she put a coloring book next to her cup of tea, and so every morning while her kids were eating breakfast and getting ready for school, she had her tea and she just colored. And there you go. I mean, it's just, again, you just add something that is already existing in your routine, just add on to it, and you are more likely to stick with it. And then, if you're successful, like let's say your 5-minute body weight routine, I want to do more, add 10 minutes. You can definitely find times in your day to do it. For me, for instance, my big accomplishment this year was learning to meditate. I am a total A-type, go, all the time personality. And I could never find time in my day, or so I thought. I could never find time in my day to meditate. Nor did I think, I get so bored after 5 minutes. I could barely do yoga for, a whole hour, 15-minute yoga class is way beyond my ability. I just can't focus long enough to do it. So I took a meditation class, and I committed myself twice a day, 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, it's usually around 18 minutes or so. I was going to do it. And I started doing it. And you know what? I'm still doing it. It's been 3 months. I am consistently meditating twice a day, and I find time to do it. So it's really just getting into the habit and creating that habit and then sticking with it. And it definitely is easier said than done, but there's many ways that you can try to work that into your schedule. So that's kind of all that I had today, talking about goal setting. So remember, kind of the steps to do this is you think big, right? Think about your big goal for the year, and then break those down into the different kind of components. So, diet, exercise, sleep, stress, um, general lifestyle. Like, what are things that you can work on to kind of help you get to that goal? And then for each component, start off small and create your SMART goals. So again, they're specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So make them, a short duration if you want to, something that you know that you can probably achieve, and then you just build on it from there. So if you need help with setting your own goals for 2021, or not sure where to start, or feel like you need some accountability, please reach out. I'm doing free 15-minute phone calls to talk about your goals and how I can help you. So my contact information is in my link in my Instagram bio, or it's on my Facebook page, or you can reach it on my YouTube channel. But please reach out. Now is the best time to start thinking about your upcoming year and what you want to achieve. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next Friday when we share another nutrition or lifestyle tip to help you reach your goals. Have a great day.